I wasn't lying when I said I missed a lot. I missed a lot. About 2 pages of stuff that I missed. All written down in my notebook. Because, you know, old school notebook writer. You know, my spelling is terrible, but hey, as long as I can read it, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. So let's just get into it because I have a lot here and I don't want this video to be too long because I know you guys, you really hate the long videos. I know you do. No, I'm just kidding. Hopefully you like them. But there's a lot in here. So this video might be longer than my actual review because there's a lot in here that I missed. Starting off with the fight on the mountain. And I still don't know what's going on with the mountain. I don't know because there's catapults coming from down the mountain and they're shooting upwards. What's going on? What is going on with the mountain? Why are there catapults shooting up the mountain? So that's one thing I noticed. I have no idea what's going on there. No idea. I guess we'll find out later on when there's more of a backstory with Rand's mom and Rand's pops. I don't know, but that's interesting, man. That's something I didn't realize the first time I watched it. Why are they shooting up the mountain? What's going on? Why are the Aiel and these warriors, these knights, at each other's throats? What's going on? What is going on with that? So that's interesting. I guess we'll find out later on. Like I said, I don't know. But that's just the first thing. I have a lot left. I realized that I saw that they have bees on their chest plates. I don't know what that, maybe that just represents their kingdom or their rank or something like that. I don't know. But I saw this when they did it up close when Rand's mom was killing one of them. They did it up close of the bees on the chest plate of the knights. I don't know. I guess it's probably not even important. It's not even important probably, but like I said, I always on my rewatches I look for close-ups of certain things. And I did a close-up. It wasn't really a close-up, but it was close enough for me to see there was bees on the chest plate. So that's just something I wrote down, and I'm going to keep writing stuff like that down when I think it means something or when I don't think it means anything. I'm still going to write it down because you never know. You never know with this show, man. There's $14. $14. So those bees on the chest plate that might come into play later on. Hey, remember those bees on the chest plate? That's the bee king right there. That's why they had so many bees on the chest plate, because of the bee king who lives in the forest. That's who they all represent. So, it would be a queen, right? The bee queen. I don't know, but I just thought I'd throw that in here just to see if there's anything, if it has to do with anything. I don't know. That Machin Shin. And that's how I spelled it on here. Machin Shin. Then I corrected myself later on because I actually turned on the subtitles, because at first I wasn't watching it with the subtitles, and I turned on the subtitles and I was able to see exactly how it's spelled. It's Machin Shin. Correction. So that's what it is. Man, channeling inside of the ways. Why wouldn't Moraine tell them? She knows they have the capability of channeling. Why wouldn't she mention that before they entered into the ways? Like, listen, just let me prepare you. Hold on, before we go, let me prepare you for what's inside here. Okay? This is what happens when we're going to walk through. If you channel, we will be just surrounded by Machin Shin. And let me explain to you what Machin Shin does. It does this. So make sure you don't channel. please do not channel. Just give them some warning before you just throw them to the wolves like that. Moraine is very, what's the word I'm looking for? Irresponsible. She's irresponsible with these kids. She lost them once already, which wasn't her fault. But she said, your losses are mine and mine yours. She told that to Lan before, and you gotta prepare these kids, man. They don't know what they're getting into. They lived in the two rivers their whole life. They didn't even know what a Trolloc was. So why would you not warn them? Why? I just found that interesting. It was Loyal who actually warned them, hey,
there cannot be any use of the one power within the ways. To do so would be to throw yourself at Machin Shin and ask it to feast on your soul.
Moraine, come on, stop being irresponsible. You have to warn these kids, because that's what they are. They're kids. Warn them before you just throw them into a situation they don't know anything about. That's something that I don't understand. And is it something that she also does that? Does she do that in the books also? Or does she actually take precaution before she takes them into a different place completely? What happens in the book? It's probably a spoiler, so if it's a spoiler, don't tell me. But that really annoyed me. Loyal had to actually tell the kids, don't channel in here, because this is what's going to happen if you do. And we saw what happened. Machin Shin came strong. So I just don't understand that. And I was thinking, I thought about it some more. I paused a little while. And I'm thinking, Moraine did that on purpose. I feel like she's doing a lot of things on purpose. Like she already has a plan set in place with the kids, and it's the plan that she's going to follow to the end. That's what I think. Because why would you not warn people of this? So I feel like she didn't warn them because she wanted to get sidetracked, and she wanted the group to have to go to the Fal Dara because she wanted to talk to the lady, right? That's how I'm feeling. The more this stuff happens, the more Moraine doesn't explain stuff, the more I think she already has a plan set in place. Like she knows what her role is in the weave, and in the pattern rather. So she knows what her weave is in the pattern, and that's what she's following. So she purposely didn't warn them about channeling, and we see that the channeling was done because of the Trolloc, and I'm thinking she knew about the Trolloc coming, and that's how they got sidetracked. And also there's another thing right here I'm gonna bring up. The guiding stone. The guiding stone was all messed up. So I'm thinking she knew about that too. She had somebody do that. I don't know, man. I don't know, but it's a little strange because it was kind of convenient that her and the group were sent to Fal Dara. It was a little too convenient. I don't know, man. Moraine is, I like Moraine, but it seems like more and more after every episode, I'm starting to think that she's no good, man. I don't know. It's just something about her that in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, hey, she's not good, man. She's no good. I don't know. I hope I'm wrong because I really like her, but after every episode, I'm thinking, man, what is she doing? What is she doing? Why is she doing these things? I just don't understand. So Moraine says,
Matt, there's an inherent darkness within him. He was drawn to the dagger, and it was feeding on him as much as he was on it.
But also, he's going to, there's no way if the Dark One gets to him, there's no way he is going to pick doing good over doing bad, which that's what she thinks. She thinks, hey, the Dark One gets his hands on him, we don't have a chance. He's already showing that he'll pick the dark side. That dagger really did a number on Matt, and I have a feeling in the next season it's gonna change his whole appearance. He's not even gonna look the same anymore after this running with the dagger. He's just gonna look like a completely different person. I think his face is gonna look different. His body's gonna look different. He might speak differently. I just think he's gonna be a whole different person after the dagger did its number on him. So I think I'm right about that. I think his whole appearance is gonna look different in season 2. All right, so I think that's gonna happen. I bet I'm right. I bet you I'm right. I found this part interesting, really interesting. The ways didn't always look like this. The ways, Loyal says,
To think that fruit trees once thrived on every island. That these pockmarked stone paths were once soft and verdant, covered in grass.
So these ways, they were not like this. They used to be beautiful. What happened to the ways? Did the Dark One completely destroy the ways? Was it somebody else? Because these ways, they used to be really nice. A nice way to get from place to place without walking an incredibly far distance. You just go in these way gates and then you're there. It's a really nice shortcut. It used to be beautiful according to Loyal. Not anymore. What's going on with the ways? They were taken by the darkness. I mean, there's a dark place in there now. It looks like there's a bunch of death traps, and it looks like something I would not want to take the chance in going through. No matter how much time I can save by doing this, one wrong step, bottomless pit. So that's really scary. Would you, let me know in the comments, would you risk going through the ways? Like, say you wanted to get from where you're at to a destination that's 1,000 miles away. Would you take the chance in going into the ways to save a lot of time? Or would you just book a flight, say, you know what, whatever, I'll see you in a couple of days. I'm going to book a flight. I'll be there in a little while. Or would you take the chance in the ways? Because I don't think I would. That's some scary stuff in there, man. And it's unfortunate that the darkness or whatever took over it, and it's no longer the same. Now, Perrin has some type of radar or something, because he's able to detect all the way from the back. He's able to detect something that is going on ahead of them. He's all the way in the back, and he can see it in the darkness. So he might have like a wolf's eye or something like that. I don't know, but he was able to see what was happening way ahead of them before anybody else could. That was interesting right there. So Perrin, man, I want to see more abilities from him. I don't know what's going on with the wolf ability. I know he has something to do with the wolves, but what is it? What does he have to do with the wolves? What's the whole thing with him and the wolves? I don't know. But it's interesting, and I didn't catch that the first time. I did not catch that the first time. That was, I tell you, man, there's a lot in this episode, and I'm sure I missed a lot more. So if I do miss some stuff on my rewatch and you catch it, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments so I can go back and say, oh man, how did I miss that? You guys have been fantastic in the comments section. Let me know what I missed and what to look out for too. Like, say, hey, on your rewatch, look out for this, because it's interesting. So thank you for that. So they get to the guiding stone. They realize that it's all messed up. You can't tell the directions on the guiding stone. And Loyal says,
how very strange. No Ogier would deface a guiding. It's as if someone's tried to destroy it. Keep people from finding their way.
Are the Ogier the only ones that can read the guiding stones? So anytime somebody goes into the ways, they have to take an Ogier? Because I was wondering about this. Why would Moraine put his life in jeopardy? Loyal's life in jeopardy? Why did he even have to come? So she does that because maybe Ogier are the only ones that can read the guiding stones, because he's the one right there who's reading it. They take a break there, they're resting, and they're allowing him to try to read the guiding stones. So that's what I think. I think now that we see that, she brought him because he's the only one who can read the guiding stones. Ogier are the only ones that can read whatever language is on the guiding stones. Interesting. I need to know more about the Ogier, what capabilities they have. Are they the only ones that can read these guiding stones? Are they the ones that created the ways? Who created the ways, man? And if the Ogier are the only ones that can read the guiding stones, then the Ogier have to be the ones that created the ways, no? I don't know. But I need to know. As long as it's not a spoiler, because I do not want anything spoiled for me, man. I've been really good with not spoiling myself. Like, we found out who the Dragon Reborn is. It was not spoiled for me. I figured it out. A lot of other people figured it out too, so good on you for that. So we found that out without spoiling it. There's a lot of other stuff in here. A lot of other stuff in this show that I'm going to have to avoid spoiling for myself. So I think I'm up for the challenge. So yeah, I found that interesting about the guiding stones. Are the Ogier the only ones that can read it? What's going on? Or did the Ogier create the ways? What abilities do the Ogiers have? Interesting. So that takes me back to, why was this guiding stone destroyed? Did Moraine destroy it herself? Did she have somebody else destroy it so they can get sidetracked and end up in Fal Dara so she could talk to the girl who sends the letter to, not only that one, the girl who sends the letter to the tower to find Matt, but also the one who can see the future? Because that was a little too convenient, man. It really was. So that makes me think that Moraine has this whole thing planned out already. She has everything planned out already, and she did this on purpose. This was all her doing because it was a little too convenient. Hey, Fal Dara's over there. Okay. I can speak to this girl who can send the letter to the tower, and I can also see if this girl can tell me who the dragon is, so I don't have to, take all of them in there and have them all die if they're not the dragons. Interesting. I don't know. And also, so Lan can say his goodbyes before they go into the Eye of the World. That was another thing. It was really convenient that they ended up in Fal Dara. It was a little too convenient. I don't know about Moraine, man. I just don't know what is going on with her. She has a lot of secrets that we don't know about yet. I can't wait till those secrets are revealed to us. I need to know the secrets. We found out one. The other ones I don't know. I just have a feeling Moraine is doing things not by the book. And that's why they ended up in Fal Dara. So Loyal asked for patience in trying to figure out the guiding stone because it's all messed up. And you hear Rand whispering to somebody in the background.
If he's asking for patience, then we're gonna...
That was funny. I did not catch that at the first watching of this episode. I didn't catch that. And I did see somebody in the comment section did say that was his favorite line of the episode. So shout out to that person who, I apologize, that person who commented that, because I found that hilarious. And then Rand asks Perrin how he saw that. And remember what I said about him being able to see what happened way ahead of the group, and he was all the way from behind. He was all the way behind them. And he doesn't have an answer. He has no answer to that question. So I need to see more, because we've seen Nynaeve's power. And we see it in this episode again with the force field. She is powerful, man. She is powerful. Egwene. We still haven't seen the full potential of her power, which she might have to go to the White Tower to actually, unlock the full ability that she has. That's what I think is going to happen. She can do some things here and there, but I mean, she's going to need some help. She's going to need some guidance to unlock her full potential. Like, she's going to need it. We've seen a little bit of parents with the wolves, but I still don't think that. I think we're just like, it's just the tip of the iceberg for all these 3 characters right there. And Rand. I mean, he's the Dragon Reborn. We haven't seen anything from him except for, the 2 things that we see, the door, and he's the one who knocked the Trolloc off the platform, and Machin Shin came. So we've only seen, this is just the tip of the iceberg. We still have so much left to see with these characters. And Matt, we haven't seen anything from Matt either. Nothing at all from Matt. That's crazy, man. That is crazy. I just want to see more, man. We only have 1 episode left of the season. Only 1 episode left. Please don't make us wait 12 months to get the next season. Give us like maybe 8 months. 8 months, that sounds good. Or maybe 6. Half a year, I'll take it. I think that's good enough of a wait. I think it's good enough. So give us that. Are the 5 the only ones that can hear Padden's whistling? I think that whistling that he does, the 5 are the only ones that can hear it. Egwene, Perrin, Rand, Matt, and Nynaeve. I think those are the only characters that can hear his whistling, because the whistling wakes Egwene up, right? How does Lan not hear that? Because you would think Lan would be the first one. He hears it, he gets up, he's like, okay, he knows somebody's following them. He knows. Him and Moraine know. So how did he not hear the whistling? What's going on with that whistling? And are the 5 the only ones that can hear it? Because it wakes Egwene up, but nobody else. So can he pick who can hear the whistling? I don't know, man. But that was interesting because he's in there. He's in the waves. How did he get in the waves too, man? Is he a ghost? What's going on? What's going on with the Padden? We've only heard him speak 1 time, and it was in episode 1. He has not said a word since that. What is he doing? What is his objective? What is he doing? Why is he doing what he is doing? Who's causing him to do the things that he does? Who is he working for? He's obviously some evil dude. He has to be. He was in the ways and he wasn't affected by Machin Shin. Machin Shin, I would think, has nothing to do with the Dark One. I think it's its own entity. I don't know. But that's what I'm guessing. It's its own entity, and it didn't affect. If it's its own entity, then it should have affected Padden, unless he's a ghost. Unless he's a ghost. I don't know, man. I don't know. So the Trolloc comes, and you see you think it's, I thought it was Egwene, but it's Rand who does the channeling to knock off the Trolloc. And then Loyal says,
in the ways, that should be impossible.
Explains how they reached the 2 rivers undetected.
And what happened?
And then Lan says, that explains how they reached the 2 rivers undetected. Remember when I was saying in that one episode, a review, I was saying It was either a review or a rewatch. I was saying Moraine let the Trollocs attack on purpose because she should have been able to detect. Her or Lan should have been able to detect the Trollocs coming to the two towers. Not the two towers, the two rivers. So not Lord of the Rings. The two rivers. So that's why they reached the two rivers undetected. Because the Dark One is moving his armies through the ways. And that's how they were able to get to the two rivers undetected. That's why I do these rewatches, because I have a lot of questions after my reviews, and I listen for things like that to explain questions I had later on. And that was one of the things, that's one of the questions I had about Moraine and Lan. How the hell did the Trollocs get to the two rivers undetected? And that's how. Because the Trollocs are able to move through the ways. Very interesting. Very interesting. And then Moraine says, I guess that's how the guiding stone got messed up. So that pretty much answers my last question that I have in this. Was it Moraine that messed up the stone because she wanted them to get sidetracked and go to Fal Dara? Interesting. I still don't know about Moraine, but she said that. Maybe she just said it to make everybody think that it was the Trolloc. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on, man. I'm just gonna keep asking my questions, and hopefully I get answers later on without getting spoiled. I hope so. So Machin Shin comes, and I wrote down what Machin Shin tells every character. So bear with me. I'm about to read this right here. So Machin Shin tells Moraine,
You're wrong about everything.
You will murder these children and call it heroism.
Telling you, Moraine, man, I don't know about her yet. I don't know about Moraine. I think she has the capability of lying. I could be wrong. Well, she can. People keep telling me that if you take the oath, you can't lie. You can't do whatever the oath tells you can't do. It's impossible. You can't. But she's obviously misguiding a lot of these kids, a lot of people. She's misguiding them. So Machin Shin tells her that. Machin Shin tells Egwene,
You're nothing.
An imposter, a fraud.
Man, that had to hurt. That had to hurt, because I think deep down inside she feels the same way, especially when they were talking to the Almond Siege, right? When they were talking to the Almond Siege, and the Almond Siege says to the two girls, says, you're one of the most powerful channelers we've ever seen for the past something years. And Egwene thinks that she's talking about her, but no, she's talking about Nynaeve. So that's one thing. She knows how powerful Nynaeve is because of the Almond Siege telling them, and then she sees how powerful Nynaeve is in the ways when she puts up the force field. So she just thinks that was a perfect thing to tell her, because she doesn't know. She's not sure about her powers. She don't know how powerful she is. So that was perfect. If you're going to mess with somebody's head, that was a perfect thing to say to Egwene. Good job on that, Machin Shin. Then Machin Shin tells Rand,
Moraine will never love you as much as you love her. She loved you once, and she'll leave you again.
That hurts, man. That right there hurts. And we know it tells him something else too later on. But that right there hurts, because it's true. She did leave you. She was gonna go become a wisdom. Once you're a wisdom, you can't do anything. You can't have a man. Well, I don't know. You might be able to have a man, but you can't get married. You can't have kids. So she did leave you. She left you, man. And she obviously wants to go to the White Tower now and become an Aes Sedai. That's been her dream. So, yes, Another perfect thing to say to somebody. That Machin Shin is scary, man. I would hate to hear what the Machin Shin has to tell me. Like, it'll probably say something like, your YouTube content is trash. The only thing you have going for you is your Wheel of Time content. You're nothing. You're nothing without the Wheel of Time. And I'll start crying or something, because those are facts, man. Those are facts. Let's be honest. That's exactly what Machin Shin would say to me. And then Machin Shin sells Perrin.
You wanted Layla dead. Out of the world. That's why you killed her. But you loved another woman more than your wife.
Who's that woman? Egwene. It's Egwene. I know it is. It's gotta be her. I know it's Egwene. He loves Egwene. He loves Egwene. He really loves her. If only he could get his hands on her. But she's promised to another. She's promised to Rand al'Thor, the Dragon Reborn. So Egwene is his, not Perrin's. And he is very upset about that. You see in the one scene in this episode, when Rand, grabs Egwene, pulls it down, he's feeling some type of way. Perrin is feeling some type of way. So he's wanted her his whole life, and he settled for his former wife, Layla. Yeah. Another great thing to say to somebody. This Machin Shin is scary, man. Tell me in the comment section, what do you think Machin Shin would tell you in the ways? It's probably too personal, so you don't have to answer that. But that Machin Shin, the Black Wind, that thing is, I would love to know more about that. I want a backstory on the Machin Shin. I want a backstory, how it came to be, and why it does that to people. Like, why does it, and how does it know that about everybody? How does it know that? What, I need more backstory on the Black Wind, on the Machin Shin. Please give me that. Please give me the backstory on the Black Wind. I need to know more about that. How does it know this about the people? Where did it come from? Man, I'm telling you, man, this most of the stuff right now that I've been talking about has been just in the first scene of the show. This is crazy. This is crazy. A lot of this stuff is in the ways. There's like one page on the ways itself. So much I want to know. So much I want to know, and I just have to be patient. I just have to be patient, man. The Machin Shin hits land up and hits land. Machin Shin tells land,
You can't protect her. You'll watch her die.
who is Machin Shin talking about to land? Is it Moraine? Or is it Nynaeve? Who is Machin Shin talking about? Oh, that's a love triangle right there. Not really, because Nynaeve gets the land chops and Moraine has the almond siege. So, but the Machin Shin doesn't specify. Does not specify. Just says you can't keep her safe. Interesting, man. Interesting. And then of course we end with Nynaeve and tells her the most out of this whole thing. Like, has the most to say to Nynaeve. The Machin Shin tells Nynaeve,
You'll hear their screams as they die, just like you heard your parents, and you'll do nothing to save them. You lost Matt, and now you'll lose the others one by one until you have nothing any longer. You can't protect them. You can't.
That's crazy. That's crazy. What's going on with her parents? Were her parents killed when she was a kid. I still don't know. Like, she doesn't really say much about her parents. But Machin Shin obviously knows what happened to her parents. Were her parents killed and she was hiding the whole time? Because if she was a kid, she couldn't do anything. You know, she couldn't save her parents. What's going on? I need more backstory on the parents, Nynaeve's parents. I need more backstory. I do. What's going on with her parents? Why would Machin Shin say something like that to her about her parents if it wasn't true? She's obviously, Nynaeve obviously wants to protect everyone. She wants to save everybody. But she can't do it all. She cannot do it all. So that's another great thing that Machin Shin tells her, tells the people. Really good at messing with people's heads. Because that makes Nynaeve go crazy mode and the force field comes off. And we know the force field helps Moraine, you know, open up the gate so they can get through to Fal Dara. Great. That's great, man. That is crazy. What is going on? What is going on with that? What is going on with her parents and her past? All these characters have deep past, some more than others. Perrin, I think, has a really deep past. Nynaeve, yes. The other ones, I don't know. But I know what we do know about Rand. Rand was lied to his whole life. And, I mean, he's a dragon reborn. So, all these characters, all of them have skeletons in the closet. And I think we're going to find out more about what skeletons they have in their closets later on. All the secrets they might have, all the things that they were never told that they'll find out later on throughout the show. But it's interesting. This Machin Shin obviously knows them. And the only person he doesn't, or Machin Shin doesn't talk to is Loyal. Loyal, we don't hear whatever Machin Shin has to say to Loyal. So that's another thing I found interesting. And they get to Fal Dara, the last bastion against the Blight. This Blight is scary. And I don't know what it is, but I need to know more. I keep saying that. I need to know more. I need to know more. I need to know more. And I do. I just have to be patient because they're obviously they'll tell us more about the certain things that I have questions about. They'll tell us more about it later on. I just have to be patient. Those of you that read the books already know everything. You know about the Blight. You know what the Blight does. But I don't. And us non-book readers don't know. I just know that the Blight is scary. And it takes over certain territories. I don't know what it is, though. And you see, I kept saying, oh, why is Rand crying so much? Why is Rand crying so much? And we see when they get out of the ways, he's crying. He's crying more than the other ones. Because, you know, Machin Shin tells him that he's the Dragon Reborn. He's known it all along. So that's why he's been so emotional. And that and the fact that after they had their run-ins with the Trollocs, Rand's pops tells him, you know, what really happened to his mother, and he lets the cat out of the bag. So that's why Rand has been so emotional. And also, you guys in the comment section have been telling me that it's not an honor to be the Dragon Reborn. It's a curse. It is a curse. So you get to be the Dragon Reborn, which you can be the savior of all of humanity, but it might cost you your life. So that's why he's so emotional. Now I know why he's been the emotional roller coaster man that he has been, because he has always known he's the Dragon Reborn. So my man with the arms behind his back, the king of Fal Dara, he says to Moraine, because he thinks Moraine he's coming to warn them about something. He thinks that his sister has been writing letters to the White Tower. He says,
"This anxious sister of mine wrote to the White Tower with overblown stories of the encroaching blight and Trolloc raids.
Why does he think his sister is writing letters to the White Tower? Is that something she normally does? I don't know. Are them two not really close? I don't know. But he thinks that that's why Moraine is there. Because his sister's writing letters to the White Tower. And it seems like his sister does not want to be there. You hear her say, I'm loyal to this city, but I don't think she wants to be there. She went to the White Tower. She wasn't strong enough to become an Aes Sedai, so they let her go. But I guess they gave her a parting gift. They let her keep the ring without any color in it. So yeah. So I don't know if she really wants to be there. She has powers, obviously. We see her light the torches. So how powerful is she? Not as powerful as the Aes Sedai, but she still has some type of power. And I think we're going to get to see more of her later on. But I found it interesting because Moraine tells him the Trollocs are moving their armies through the ways. So you might want to put an army by your gate because they might be coming. And the blight is getting closer and closer to that city. So what is the blight? I don't know, man. I don't know, but I want to know what's going on with the blight. This is scary. This is scary stuff. And when the king finds out that the Trollocs are being moved through the ways by the Dark One, he looks terrified. He's like, man, what's going on? We need to do more to protect this city. We've done great so far, but that's not enough. We need to do more to protect the city. Do as she says. Go put a group of people by the gate just to be on the safe side. So Moraine is walking with the king's sister, and she says, hey, I want to go see Min. And I need to know about, some things. And then the girl says,
My brother begs to differ.
Of course he does. Why would he ask her a question when he already knows all the answers?
so is he does he have some type of abilities, or is that just Moraine saying he thinks he knows all he's not gonna ask Min a question because he thinks he knows everything? So why would he ask her something? I think that was just her way of saying that, but I'm not sure. He might have some type of powers. He might be able to have some visions or something like that. I don't know, but I found that interesting. And they go see Min, and Min says,
Do they know what I am?
No, no one does, thanks to the Aes Sedai.
Aes Sedai is keeping the secret. Did Aes Sedai know who has powers? Can they tell? Listen, do they have somebody like Professor X, for example? Do they have somebody in the White Tower like a Professor X who can see different people's abilities? So the Amisij can send them out and say, you go over there because we need to try to recruit that person. That person has channeling capabilities. That person has some type of capabilities. I don't know what it is, but go over there, go find them, go find her, go find him. We got to take his powers, bring him to the White Tower for trial. We need to get him. Is it like that? Do they have somebody like that in the White Tower, like a Professor X? Maybe, I don't know. But the Aes Sedai know what she's capable of doing, but they don't tell anybody. So what's going on there? What is going on there? So she can tell what abilities people have, or she can tell the future, or I don't know exactly what she can do, but she can tell the future, and I think she can tell people what capabilities they have. So she looks at Perrin, she says, yellow eyes, blood running down the chin. This guy, I think he's evil. I think he's going to be an evil character. Prediction time. This is what I think. This is my prediction.
Prediction?
Yes. My prediction, Mr. T. I think all these are connected. You know what? Let me read this before I give my prediction. So she says, white flame, ring of gold, about the other ones. about the two girls. She says that. And we know what she says about Rand. She says she sees him with a baby. So all of them are connected.
But they're all linked, all four of them.
Is that unusual?
Very. I see sparks of light trying to fill the shadows, and the shadows trying to swallow the sparks.
Usually, the more important someone is to the pattern, the clearer the vision is. That's what Min says. So my prediction is the four that are not the Dragon Reborn are going to turn to the dark side. They're going to turn, and the Dark One is going to try to use them to defeat the Dragon Reborn. That's why they're all connected. That's a bold prediction for me. That is a bold prediction for me. And later on, I think I'll probably change that prediction. But I think that it has, because the dragon, they can't beat the dragon. They can't beat the Dark One in this season, can they? Is there someone more evil than the Dark One? They can't be someone more evil than the Dark One. He's like the most evil. So they can't beat him in this season, right? And all these characters are connected in some way. So I think they're all going to have to fight they're all going to fight the dragon at the end. That's the last battle. The four are evil, and the dragon is, or the other way around. Or the other way around. The four are going to have to defeat the Dark One and the Dragon Reborn. I don't know, man. I just have a feeling that it's going to be something like that. Something that I'm not really expecting, but now I am. Something that the book readers probably weren't expecting to happen. And when that happens, they're like, oh man, why didn't I think of that? Because these people, they're all connected. They're all connected in some way. And we don't know that yet. We don't know what that way is exactly. I mean, they all came from the same town, but that can't be the only reason why they're connected. That can't be. They all have their individual powers. So that has to mean something very important down the line. But I don't know what it is. But that's my prediction. That was my prediction right there. That's how the whole story is going to end. Don't tell me if I'm right or wrong. Because that's a big spoiler if I'm right or wrong. So Moraine is in her room and Lan comes in and she says, the smell in the air reminds me of the day that we met. And Lan says, it's not like you to dwell on the past. And then Moraine says, I feel like I've taken everything from you and more. So Moraine feels like she wants to let Lan go. She doesn't want a warder, or she loves him as a friend enough to say, you know what, you deserve better than this. You deserve to be on your own without having to deal with an Aes Sedai. You know, you shouldn't be a warder anymore. I'm going to let you go. That brings me back to Nynaeve and him being Nynaeve's warder later on. I think that's going to happen eventually. But she is obviously like just going through some type of tough times right now. She's obviously, you know, with the whole, this could be the end of the world and we're going to have to do this all over again, or whoever comes back is going to have to rebuild society. And so we have to get it right this time. I need the Dragon Reborn to help us out this time instead of destroying the world. And she's struggling through not only that, but she has a lot of other secrets she's keeping from people. And she's trying to hide the fact that she's with the Amish and they have something going on. But I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with her and Lan. She does not want him to suffer anymore. We see him very emotional in a lot of these episodes. He's emotional. He's scared of not being able to protect her, which Machin Shin tells him that he's not going to be able to protect her. And she's starting to feel some type of way about it too. She's like, listen, I don't want this life for you anymore. I want you to be free. And she knows that he has feelings for Nynaeve. and she wants to let him go. And I think that's going to happen eventually. I hope that she doesn't die. I'm thinking more and more that she might die at the end of this season. Hopefully I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But I just have a feeling that she is going to die. Maybe that's the only reason why Rosamund Pike took this role in the first place, because she knew she wasn't going to last throughout the whole series. And Rosamund Pike said, all right, I died in the first season. I can do this show. I love the books. I will do this show. And then I can move on to other projects. I don't have to stay in this show for years and years and years. I don't know, but I just have this feeling in my gut that she's going to die in the next episode, because the next episode is the last one. And I just have a feeling that it's going to happen. Hopefully I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, because if she dies while the Bond is masked, that's a question right there. If she dies while the Bond is masked, does he still feel her dying? That's a good question. Maybe that's why. Not only to just leave him behind, but also so if she does die, he won't feel it, because the group is going to go after them. There's no way that they're going to stay behind and wait to see what happens. They're going to go into the Blight after them. There's no way that they're going to stay behind. I don't see that happening. It's not just going to be a Moraine and Rand showdown with the Dark One. No way. Something's going to happen. The group is going to go in after them to try to find them. Somebody's dying. Somebody is dying in this episode, this next one. My money's on Moraine. My money's on Moraine dying. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. So remember when Rand was talking to the farmer and he was like, listen, he was trying to convince him not to shoot, and saying, hey, if you wanted to kill us, you wouldn't be holding the bow that way. You'd be holding it this way. Well, I was looking at the way he's holding the bow, and he was holding it the correct way that he said to hold it if he was actually going to do something. I wanted to make sure that he wasn't just, throwing a bunch of nonsense at the farmer, but he was actually holding the bow with his fingers instead of his whole hand. So that was interesting right there. I analyze these type of stuff on my rewatch, so I did realize that he was holding it the correct way, and it was a good way to convince the farmer that he didn't really want to kill them, and he allowed them to stay. So good job, Rand. Good job, man. Nynaeve, she finally gets to the land chops. This was the episode, man. This was the episode right here where Nynaeve, she got the land chops. Okay, we found out who the Dragon Reborn is. It's just like all of the stuff coming together. She's gonna get some more land chops too. It's more coming. All right, for Nynaeve. But she asks him, why did he call you Daishin? And Lan says the title is the title given to future kings of Malkir. Malkir was taken by the Blight, and he was smuggled. Lan was smuggled by the dude he has soup with, and I guess he considers that his father now. So that was interesting, because he was going to be the king. And now he is just, I don't want to say just, because warders are very important. But he went from being the king of Malkir to a Aes Sedai's warder. That's what he went to. So that's a big jump, man. That is really big jump. King to warder. Now let me know in the comment section, what do you think is better? Being the king or being a warder of an Aes Sedai? Very important role. Don't get me wrong. Very important role. But the king is also very important. What would you rather be, a king or a warder for an Aes Sedai? Let me know in the comments, because I found that interesting. And then Nynaeve, she says, now I know Now I know why you chose, or Moraine chose you to be her warder, because you're a king without a kingdom. So that was a good line right there. And I really hope that Nynaeve and Moraine become close, because she's been a pain. Like, she has been a real pain. Like, when Moraine is talking and Nynaeve interrupts, it frustrates me. I understand why she's doing it, because she doesn't want her friends to be in harm's way. But it really gets under my skin, man. Like, how can you not trust this? And I say that, and I don't even trust Moraine. Like, seriously. But it really gets under my skin. But I understand why you still don't know about Moraine, because I still don't know about Moraine. She has a lot of things that she has going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. A lot of secrets. So I don't know about her. It's crazy. It is crazy how many secrets Moraine probably has. And I can't wait to find out what those secrets are. All right, so I wrote down what Rand's pops actually says to Rand. And he says, "Carrie, it was so hot. I didn't mean to find her there, but I had to get away, up the mountain, into the snow. He was crying. He was so tiny." So he was delusional. He was poisoned by the Trolloc blade, and all the stuff he was telling Rand, he didn't even know he was telling Rand. He thought he was talking to somebody else. So that was interesting, because he probably still doesn't know that Rand knows. Does he know that Rand is the Dragon Reborn? Was it prophecy that told him to be on the mountain at that specific time because someone was going to give birth to the Dragon Reborn, and you needed to be there to take the kid and raise the kid? Man, this show is nuts, man. I don't know what's going on, man. There's so much. I told you, man, this video is long. It's a long video. There's so much. There's so much here. There's prophecies and people being in specific places at specific times to go with the weaving of the pattern, or I don't know, man. It's so much in this show that I don't know how to take it all in. I don't know how to take it all in, and I want to know so much, and it's the only time will tell what they will tell us in the show, and what I'm only gonna get from X-rays and from the people in the comments section and from the books. Because there's a lot in the books that they're not showing us in the show. Crazy, man. It is crazy. And then, Rand says, "I've seen that mountain before. I think I've seen that mountain before." He's seen it when he was a kid. When he was born. He was born on that mountain. So is that the only time that he has seen that mountain, or has he seen it in his dreams? He has some crazy dreams. Has he seen it in his dreams? Because he hasn't been outside of the two rivers. He hasn't been outside of the two rivers. So it had to be in his dreams and when he was born. That's the only time that he's ever been somewhere else, I think. When he was born. And the only other time he could have seen that was in his dreams. That's it. That is it. This part right here. Rand goes to see Min. She's telling him about what she saw when she was a kid. So she says,
The man raised him in a wooden house beside fields of sheep.
A field of sheep. Remember, in the first episode, we see the sheep. The sheep shaped as the dragon fang. Somebody knows that Rand had some powers. That's why they used the sheep to make the dragon fang. As soon as I heard her say that, I immediately remembered that scene in episode 1 with the sheep shaped as a dragon fang. I'm good, man. I am good. So I put 2 and 2 together, man. Somebody, I don't know who it is, somebody made the sheep, killed them. They killed the sheep and formed them as that dragon fang because they knew that Rand was the Dragon Reborn. And then she says, and then Rand asks her, look at me, what do you see? And she says, rainbows, carnivals, and 3 beautiful women. Who are those 3 beautiful women? Egwene, Nynaeve, and Moraine? Or 3 completely different women that we haven't met yet? Very interesting. Very interesting. Man, this show. And then we get that final scene with the blight. And I'm looking at the blight, man. This thing looks really, really crazy. Like it's going to be a puzzle. Not a puzzle. It's going to be a maze trying to get through this dang thing, man. Crazy. When they pan out and you see how big the blight is, this thing is no joke, man. This thing is no joke. There's going to be some creatures in here that we haven't seen yet. There's going to be maybe some people in there that we haven't seen yet that can live off the blight. I don't know. But this thing is nuts. Like, I didn't realize how crazy it looked the first time I watched it. And I actually paused it and I'm looking at this and I'm seeing how big this blight is. I still don't know what the blight is. What it does, what it's capable of doing, I don't know. But just from this image, looks absolutely insane. And I cannot wait for the next episode so we can see what the blight is. We can see what happens. Are they going to get to see the dark one? Are they going to actually find the dark one? Are the others going to come and try to help them? Or are they going to stay behind? What's going to happen in this final episode? Now, I'll be doing either a video or a live, I don't know which one, of what I think is going to happen in the final episode. I'm not sure yet. Let me know what you want me to do. Do you want me to do a video or do you want me to do a live show of what I think is going to happen in the final episode? Let me know in the comments and I'll try to do whatever I can do. All right, I appreciate you. That's it for this episode. I'm sure I missed a lot more. Let me know in the comments what else I missed so I can go back and see it for myself, because I'm sure there was a lot more that I missed. And I'm sorry for this video being so long, but I told you, I warned you. I warned you. Make sure you put some time, set out some time to watch this video because it was going to be long. I warned you. These videos are going to continue to be long because there's so much. There's so much to unpack, especially in this episode. A lot of stuff. So I'm just warning you. These episodes are just going to get longer and longer. And we only have one left of the season. The next episode might be a 2-hour long thing. So be prepared for that. I don't want to leave anything out. I want to ask questions. I want to pause at certain scenes and just analyze what I can see and what I don't see. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing with all the episodes. That's it. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys for continuing to support this channel, support this content. I please try my other content, all right? Just give it a chance. I know you love the Wheel of Time content, but please give my other stuff a chance, because I really want this channel to grow and grow and grow, and I want it to be more than Wheel of Time. I love the Wheel of Time, but I want it to be bigger than Wheel of Time and bigger than a lot of the other stuff. So please give it a chance. That's it, man. That is it. Episode 8 coming Thursday. Cannot wait. Let me know what you thought of this video in the comments below. Twitch.tv/Treadnlightly if you want to catch me live Tuesdays and Thursdays. I don't know if I'll be doing a Thursday one this Thursday, because this is a big one. This is a big one coming up. The final episode of the season. But I do stream Tuesdays and Thursdays on Twitch, twitch.tv/Treadnlightly. The link's in the description. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all those links are in the description down below. Feel free to follow me on all those platforms. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a fantastic Christmas. Spending time with your families. Please be safe. Cherish the times you have with your family. Life is short. So please use the time, the spare time that you have, not watching my stuff. Spend it with your family. And I do clean content. So if you want to put me on in the background while you're spending time with your family, I would really appreciate it. I would love to be a part of what you have going on this holiday season. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys so very much. Subscribe if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it. 2,000 subscribers. We're almost there. I think about 510 more. 510 more to get to that 2,000. And that would be an amazing milestone. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. This community of the Wheel of Time is fantastic. But this channel right here, that word community has been just overused so much. I consider this a family. All right? I'm going full Fast and the Furious on you guys. But in all honesty, I want this to be like a family. All right? I want to be a part of your family. I want to be a part of what you have going on. So if you can allow me into your lives, into your daily lives, that's like a family. That's not a community. That's a family. I love you guys so very much. And I'm not just saying that. Continue to be safe. Watch out for each other. Spend time with your family. And allow me to be a part of that. Thank you so much. Take care of yourselves and have a good one.